Recently, we brought you a profile of 4-year-old Nylene K. Marshall, who mysteriously disappeared while picnicking with her family in Helena, Montana. Tonight, we present a most unusual update. As a result of our story, we received hundreds of phone calls from concerned viewers. Unfortunately, none of these calls led us to Nylene. However, we did receive one call which miraculously led to another young girl, Monica Bonilla, who'd been missing for more than 8 years. Guillermo and Rosemary Bonilla and their daughter Monica seemed the perfect family. According to Rosemary, in 1980, after the murder of John Lennon, Guillermo's behavior began to change radically.
One day he woke up and he said that John Lennon had reincarnated in him. And after that, he took it upon himself to do everything possible to look like him. He let his beard grow, his hair. He purchased clothing that John Lennon would wear, and that really made things worse for the marriage because then we really had nothing in common left.
On September 22nd, 1982, Rosemary Bonilla returned home from work and made a shocking discovery.
The house was completely empty. Not only had he stripped the house of even the light fixtures, but he took my daughter. And at that moment, I thought I was going to go crazy.
2 months later, a judge awarded Rosemary custody of her daughter. But with Monica still missing, the judgment was virtually meaningless.
I never lost hope. A mother can't lose hope. I prayed, and I found hope and faith, and I lost it and found it again, and lost it and found it again, and I kept thinking she has to come back.
Monica Bonilla had been missing for more than 8 years. There were no leads in her case until we broadcast a segment last November profiling a disappearance of Nylene K. Marshall. We received a call saying that Nylene may be living in the tiny community of Point Roberts, Washington, under an assumed name. Every day, a 12-year-old girl named Mary Ann Kelly was driven to school in Canada by her father, Robert Kelly.
Most people that came in contact with Mary Ann's father felt that he was suspicious. For one thing, he was very difficult to contact. He never had a telephone number where he could be reached, and if you asked him for an address, he was between addresses.
Okay, everybody, let's settle down, get in our seats.
We were very concerned when he first arrived because he would drive Mary Ann to school and sit in the car. And then when the bell went, she would go into her class, and he would go over to the classroom and peer in the window to make sure she was there. And that rather frightened the teacher.
Everybody open your book to chapter.
After our broadcast, Mary Ann's teachers began to suspect she was Nylene K. Marshall. School officials contacted the FBI, who put Mary Ann and her father under surveillance. The agents also reviewed her school records and discovered that they were false.
When you look at the case, nobody really heard about Nylene K. Marshall for 7 years. And we were afraid if we spooked this guy, and he was the kidnapper of Nylene K. Marshall, we'd never find him again.
Last December, FBI agents arrived at the Kelly home with a search warrant. Investigators searched the house extensively. Eventually, in a closet, they found a box labeled bathroom articles. In it was a photo album with pictures of Guillermo, Monica, and Rosemary Bonilla, and Monica's birth certificate. It became clear that Mary Ann Kelly was not Nylene K. Marshall, but was in fact Monica Bonilla. Guillermo Bonilla was arrested and has agreed to surrender himself to Los Angeles authorities to face charges of parental kidnapping. On December 22nd, Monica was finally reunited with her mother and met the half-brother she never knew she had.
I must say that the fact that my child was found as a result of a mistaken identity only leads me to believe that it was God's will and nothing else. I immediately felt that it was a miracle. I immediately felt that it was no mistake, it was no coincidence, that it was meant to be, that God has taken pity on all of the suffering and has heard all of my prayers.
It is important to note that Monica told the FBI that she was well cared for by her father. This story will have a happy ending only when Monica can fully enjoy the love of both of her parents. In the case of Nylene Marshall, there was still no happy ending. Nylene was 4 years old when she disappeared in 1983. This computer-aged photograph shows how she might look today. If you have any information about her whereabouts, please contact the FBI, the Boulder, Montana Sheriff's Office, or call our toll-free number, 1-800-876-5353.